Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got the New Orleans Saints. We have the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Okay. Um, Alex, go ahead and tell us why you think the Atlanta Falcons are going to win the division.
Yep. All right. So yeah, I've already once again placed this bet on the Atlanta Falcons last year or on this season to have more than 8 wins. Not necessarily win the division, but I'm very hot on the Falcons this year. Last year they were one of the best teams against the spread. They went 7-10 with Mariota. This year, Kyle Pitts, full health. You got Bijan Robinson. I've thought about this. I think he's going to be my number one fantasy running back coming into this season. I honestly think I have him rated higher than any other running back. Pair him up with second year Drake London. They got Akuda and Jesse Bates in the secondary. I just think that if freaking Desmond Ritter can, and I don't know if he's capable of this, but if he can just be a game manager, I think this team is legitimately scary in a division that seems very wide open, right? We have a rookie quarterback in Bryce Young, who I like, but he doesn't have a lot of weapons to work with the Panthers. I think they'll still be feisty. A Bucks team to me is just completely tanking. They're going to be horrible. They're in Caleb Williams conversation. And then the Saints, I mean, we've talked about it earlier. It's like, oh, Derek Carr, it's going to be beautiful. Everything's going to be great. But they weren't good last year. And, like, I don't know. It's just like new, or with a coach that's a question mark. Derek Carr, is he still good? You know, what I just feel like the Saints have a lot of question marks to me. So I think there's going to be another team up there to kind of bounce up, and that's going to be the Falcons for me. So,
Pack, what do you got?
I actually have the Saints. Love the Falcons, obviously because I love Bijan, but I just don't know that I trust Ritter at this point. I
yeah,
mean,
it's fair.
yeah, I don't think anyone could really argue against that. If he does well, then yeah, everything Alex said, I'll say they overperformed from my expectations and probably most people's expectations last year.
Yeah, I think
I
their win total was like 5.5. So
Yeah, I was very surprised. I think they'll be a very, very fun team to watch this year, regardless of their record. And I think they were already that last year, and they just got Bijan to add to that. So I like the Falcons. I love Derek Carr. Obviously, he didn't have a good season last year, or at least a step down from what he's used to. But I love that team. We'll see with Alvin Kamara, but but they still have Chris Olave. Um, they have Juwan Johnson at tight end. Like, I love the weapons that Derek Carr has. Now, I guess obviously you could say, like, what about Devontae Adams? So, like, I get there's still everything Alex said, the question marks around Derek Carr, but I do just going to a new place, kind of a reset, remind him, like, and remind the world of who he is, that he actually has always been a very underrated quarterback and can prove that with some very good weapons around him, I think, in New Orleans.
So I want to agree with everybody with saying kind of like this is a wide open division. If I had to put like $1,000 on it, I think I would have to put it on the Saints, just because I feel like they're the most. I think they have the easiest way to bond, if that makes sense. I think Derek Carr is kind of like a glue quarterback that can kind of bond with the team kind of quickly, and they can kind of it could look pretty quickly, like really fast. I do like the Falcons. I just want to say that I think Baker's too good to lose 6 games. Like, I think the Bucks. I don't think the Bucks are going to be good or anything, or like a legitimate. But I think they have a legitimate shot to win big games. Um, even Baker in Cleveland, like he had. I mean, the talent on the Bucks. They still have, of course, Mike Evans. They still have Godwin. If they just stay healthy, like we all. I think I saw last year as like Tom Brady kind of on his way out, like losing some zip to his ball, like not more being. I don't know. I just feel like Baker's too good to be super, like to be bad. That's just my opinion, and I think they still have a good defense. Like the lineup is still good.
who do y'all think has the best defense in the division?
It could
Saints.
be it could be the Bucks still. The Bucks or the Panthers.
Mm.
And they saw Levante David, um, freaking they got Kalijah Cansey that we were big on.
Yeah.
Devin White is still there. Like, and then Todd Bowles, Antoine Winfield, he freaking broke his arm or someone got really hurt. And there's like they still have a got Cody Malk, our North Dakota State guy, and then Ryan Jensen was hurt last year. They're like all pro center. He tore his
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there are some things, and then White, I really like their running back. What's his name? Rashad White.
Rashad
I
White,
like
yeah.
him. So there are some things that this team can. I'm not just they can win more than 6 games. I remember last year that was my Falcons pick. Like
Yeah.
I said, the Falcons were going to be that team that I was banking on Mariota, but I mean he won some games. But like I was like, I don't think this team is too good. Like they can definitely get 6.5, and I feel that same way with the Bucks for sure. So wait, Brosick, what
Yeah.
do you got?
I really think that the best defense is with the Panthers, man. I think that they have a solid unit that people just kind of forget about with Brian Burns, J.C. Horns, probably one of the top corners in the league still. Deontay Jackson on the other side of him. They go steal Von Bell from Cincinnati. Xavier Woods is in there in the backfield as well.
Yeah.
Gross Matos had some injuries last year, but he was great at Penn State before, coming over here. I hope that this coaching staff is what takes them over the top, even though I do think that the coaching staff in New Orleans has always been top notch and they've proven that they've gotten there before. I don't really trust Arthur Smith. And I think Todd Bowles, just PTSD from him being at the Jets, is going to be a dumpster fire. But Frank Reich, you have Josh McCown coming in as the QB coach, Jim Caldwell, who is pretty much a second head coach as OC. I really think that they're going to put a plan together that helps Bryce Young be successful quick, lean on Miles Sanders in the run game. They've been building up their offensive line over the last few years with their high draft picks, preparing to get a young quarterback eventually down the line. And I get it, like Adam Thielen's kind of old, DJ Chark, okay, Hurst, Terrence Marshall, they're all like average to kind of above average weapons. But I'm hoping with how many that they have and them being veterans, they'll be able to make life a little bit easier for Bryce Young. I like them to go win the division right now.
They
But
almost won
Atlanta,
it
I think, is
last year.
a close second.
Yeah, they almost got it done last year.